A school district in Maine, though this is certainly not the only time and the only place this is happening, started the process of sexually grooming a 13-year-old girl without her parents' knowledge or permission. They were helping to transition the child to a boy. Now, this practice is becoming known as child sexual grooming, where sexual ideologues prepare us for and condition us to accept their ideas of gender. I think it's predatory and immoral. It's unconscionable that adults use their position of influence and authority, along with the power of their finances and position, to foist gender dysphoria, irreversible physical mutilation, and chemical disarray in a child or adolescent. I think the gender conversation itself is even misguided. It's anti-science to claim that children or anyone can change their gender. Gender is rooted in and dictated by biology. Every cell in one's body has either two X chromosomes, making them female, or an X and a Y, making them male. Every cell. No child is born in the wrong body. I was a youth pastor for over 30 years. 13-year-olds are not settled about anything, especially sexuality. They are in a time of searching, forming, and navigating a passage to adulthood. Their minds and judgments are in flux. It's at least one of the reasons you can't get a driver's license until you're 16, vote until you're 18, or serve in the military until you're 18. 13-year-olds are just beginning to think in what's called formal operational ways rather than concrete ways. The brain is reorganizing itself as it evolves from a childhood function to adult functioning. And one of the last parts of the brain to mature is the prefrontal cortex, the very part responsible for judgment and emotional regulation. The brain doesn't fully mature until the early to mid-20s. In other words, 13-year-olds are not mature enough to make these decisions. For adults to aid them in making permanent physical and chemical changes to their bodies is nothing short of an abuse of power and a travesty of responsibility. It is miseducation and abusive indoctrination. Schools should serve to educate in the truth, not in anti-scientific gender indoctrination. Subsequent physical mutilation of young bodies to conform to adult gender convictions is an immoral horror. In addition, the school districts have no right to subsume parental rights and responsibilities. Parents have every right to make medical decisions for their children, as well as cognitive and moral ones. Education experts concur that the best outcomes are achieved when parents are actively involved in their child's well-being and education, that this school district and many others wants to keep such actions secret from the parents is nothing more than a power play. But it fits their ideology, so they abuse their power. Because these power abuses are taking place more often, in more places, and in more ideologies across the country, parents, you need to stay tuned. You need to stay involved and even resistant when necessary. Good will only triumph when those who are good are willing to fight for it.